This is Getting Past It, where real life meets real growth. I'm JR, and in 10 minutes or less, we're tackling thoughts, habits, and truths that hold us back. Let's get past it together.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Getting Past It, the podcast. It's Fueled Up Friday. It's episode 20. We're going to circle back to a prior topic, and we're just going to talk about it a little bit more. And this is the topic we're going to talk about today is you deserve peace without explanation. Peace is powerful, and you get to control your atmosphere. A lot of times we walk around stressed out, dealing with a bunch of pent-up emotion, and we are not in the most peaceful state because we allow outside things to impact our peace. But we forget that in a lot of situations, I won't say all, but in most, you get to control your atmosphere. What you allow in your life, what you allow in your space. A lot of times we have the control over that, but we don't exercise it. We walk through, these situations and allow maybe individuals or things that stress us out just to continue to exist without us addressing those things, or sometimes they're just not good for us and we don't remove them. And so you're allowing that chaos in your space. You're allowing your space to be interrupted. Your peace. But don't forget that you have control over that. You have control over what comes into your space. And you don't need permission. You don't need permission to or have to justify your boundaries. They're yours. A lot of times I tell people, when I meet people and I interact with individuals, you'll often figure out early on, what their boundaries are, what they like, what they don't like. And you have a choice on whether you continue to engage in that space, right? And so I accept people for who they are without the feeling of trying to change anyone. You are who you are, right? I can give you advice, we can talk, or whatever the case may be. Whatever boundaries you have are yours. And for me, I have to determine, am I okay with that, right? Or the way a person makes me feel and how they like to engage, is that something I want in my space? Because if it's not, I'm not going to allow it. But a lot of us do. And then we sit with those emotions and that feeling because we allowed that into our space. Some people need your chaos. They need you to be in that frantic state. They don't want you to be peaceful. And it may not be intentional, but that may just be the relationship you have with that individual. They may have a high stressful life, or they may love chaos and love bringing you into it. Most of us have had that friend that always has something going on. That is crazy. You always get the story, but the common denominator is always them. If you don't have that friend, it might be you. Maybe, maybe not. But a lot of us do. And every time you talk to that person, it's a drain on your energy because there's consistent issues, chaos, drama, things going on. And you're their sounding board, or you're the person they run to when things get thick, and they continuously keep you in that space. So that continuously impacts your peace. But that is also something you're allowing to happen. Saying no is how you say yes to yourself. And you shouldn't feel guilty about it. Like we talked about in earlier episodes, just because somebody invites you to an argument doesn't mean you need to attend. Just because somebody brings chaos to your doorstep, or they want to lay it at your feet, or they want to pull you into it, doesn't mean you have to go. That is a choice, right? We all get a choice every day of what we engage in, what we allow, the things we allow ourselves to be a part of. In most cases, we get to choose. But with that choice comes consequences. And those consequences can be chaos. It can be the lack of peace in those spaces. So what I want you to start doing is making peace a daily choice. Make it a daily habit. Protect it like your paycheck. Be mindful of the situations you allow yourself to engage in. Be mindful of the things that trigger you and impact your peace. The people that trigger you and impact your peace. Maybe you need to have a conversation with someone about how they impact your peace or the way you engage. You might need to confront that situation to get to a peaceful place. Maybe you need to remove some toxic people that don't allow you to have peace, or set some boundaries. I've had to tell friends in the past, don't talk to me about that situation because you must love it, because you continue to stay in it. And you're comfortable in the chaos, but I don't want that chaos to impact my peace. Sometimes you gotta love people from a distance. Think about it. I want you this weekend, as you walk into every room, walk in knowing you own your energy. You own your peace. You get to own that. That is yours. And when you find yourself in those situations that are triggering, feel uncomfortable, get comfortable with removing yourself from that. This is not the conversation I need to be in. This is not the energy. We need to change the tone, maybe how we're having this conversation. But you get to own those things. You get to decide whether you walk head first into the chaos and just live in it, or if you want something different. If you want a peaceful, I don't want to say existence, because at some point we're all going to experience some things that are chaotic, right? But for the most part, to be as peaceful and at ease as you possibly can. I know a few people like this, to where it's like every time I'm in their presence, and I don't know behind closed doors what it looks like, but they just seem so peaceful. Like nothing really bothers them, like they have it all together. And I want that, right? To have that peace, that sense of calm, regardless of what's going on. To own my space. But it's Friday. The weekend is here. Get your energy up. Get ready to go out there. Do something for yourself. We don't have a whole lot of summer left. So make sure, if you like to swim, hit the pool, hit the beach, hit a lake. If you like to hike, go do that. But do something. Get outside. Get some fresh air. Protect your peace. Let that sun energize you. Right? Get those endorphins going. Live life to the fullest. Get past those things that are holding you back. It's Getting Past It, the podcast. I'm your host, JR. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you on Tough Truth Tuesdays. Peace.